Hello people, and welcome back to the final cut of my Israel tour experience. And as always, for those who may not know me, my name is Nate. You see these sweet little beautiful souls beside me? Yes, we all started out this way, pure, with no prejudices or hatred. Now, this video is the last video in the segment, and saved this one for the last because it was also on the day that I was flying out. I had about good 3 to 4 hours to drop off the car back to the airport. So I decided to go to the lowest spot on the planet, and that is the Salt Sea area. They call it Dead Sea. It's called in English Salt Sea, and there's a reason behind that. And in Hebrew it's called something else, which you'll see later in the video. Let's jump into the film. I hope you like it. And if you like it, then hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. Enjoy. Making my way down to the lowest point on the earth. Sea level is up here. Enjoy the ride. It's pretty. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, beautiful. Hey brother, how are you? I'm fine. What's your name?
My name is Ahmed.
Ahmed.
You're welcome.
All right, brother.
Give you. Hey.
This is Highway, actually 1, I think, yeah. Just to give you a little history, for those of you who should know, we should all know your history. Now, in the Bible, in our user's manual for humanity, for all of humanity, when the Israelites came from Egypt, in that direction, and Moses, after he left the Israelites, then Joshua, I hope you've all heard of Joshua, he took over, and the first place he crossed was over the Jordan, and that's Jericho. Okay? So we're coming below sea level. So you can imagine, okay, there was a war here back in the old times, thousands of years ago. So they took Jericho, okay? And they had to go through these hills and walk and fight and pray. This is a nice rest area. It's relaxed, out from the sun, well protected. And yeah, lounge area. And this is the type of gas station you'd like to stop and just relax. So I'm gonna have me a nice little relaxing stop, and we're moving on. Hello people. I thought I'll be flying back out to Germany today. So I figured I'll make one more nice little film, nice little clip, and take you on my way out, you on the way back. Back in the time of history, this area is important for all of humanity. And I'm gonna explain to you why. First of all, I'll tell you where we're at. I'll show you. Right behind me is the lowest point on the earth, the Dead Sea. I'm not sure exactly how many meters under the sea level, but it's the lowest point on earth. And why? That's a part of the history too. Anyway, very healing place. That's why I decided before leaving, going back to Germany, put my leg in. As you see, I don't have on my brace. And it's been this week that I somehow getting stronger. Behind me are the hills of Jordan. I'll turn it around, pan it around a little bit for you. Right here. Zoom it up. Those are the hills of Jordan. Okay. Alrighty. There is, for those of you who, everyone informs themselves with the news or whatever. And the first piece of information were back in the old times of Mesopotamia, cuneiform tablets. And then it went over to the Egyptian hieroglyphics, which people first, were starting to know about whatever. But a deep secret was then the Torah, the Bible, which all three major religions have branched off from. Now, why do I say that? This area here is called Qumran. Those hills back there, let me just pan it over. I'm the cameraman and everything today. But anyway, straight ahead over that sign, you'll see one cave, right there. And the famous two caves where they found these scrolls are right here. Oops, let me go a little bit over. Right here. Young guys were out there having fun here in these hills, and they found old scrolls. These scrolls talk about reality and the history, a part of really strong history in all of humanity. Because this area, what they call the Dead Sea, goes way back to a time of Abraham, again I say, and no one can deny it. If you want to, then okay, you're not a part of this, my audience. As I mentioned, his nephew Lot and his wife Sarah came from Mesopotamia to this great land, settled somewhere over. When I go down later, it's down back this way or back up this way, I'm not exactly sure, but it was in this area. This area here is where his nephew, Lot, stayed, and this is where they called Sodom and Gomorrah. It was hit with brimstone, and believe me, you can smell it. A little bit of advertising. Here, you get a lot of Dead Sea cosmetics, and boy, is that stuff good. You can get them in different countries. Just go on the internet. Imagine this whole area, all of this was on fire. Like more than a nuclear blast. But as we see, it's inhabitable. So there's still blessing after the destruction. Now, if you can imagine, all of this was inhabited with cities, people, it was green. Remember what I told you, when Lot left, separated from his Abraham, he chose green pasture. He was a little bit greedy. Anyway, so he moved to an area which was not so nice. They were greedy. They were doing a lot of immorality, stealing, of course, and all the anything you could imagine, and 10 times worse. Almost like what's going on in the rest of the world now.
NYPD officers responded to reports of a body on that train at the Whitehall subway station just after midnight. That was yesterday. When officers looked at video from subway cameras, our police sources say they found the man in the yellow hoodie there sexually abusing the corpse.
I just wanted to freshen up your memory on the lunacy which is transpiring in our global society, and to show you that lies and manipulation seems to be working at the moment for the dark forces. Now, any archaeologist, of course, science always fights the Bible. And sometimes through science how you say, catches up to the Bible. There's many examples which can be given to show at the so-called Dead Sea. Well, you're going to see why later. Keep moving because I have to fly out still today. He's fighting to come up. He's fighting. Wow. Crazy. That's the salt in the sea, boys and girls. And that's Jordan over there. We're down at a point here which is in Gidi. And this is in the same area of where all the brimstone and everything came down. But like I said, after all the destruction from heaven, outside of this realm, there was still blessing. There's still the birds, there's still life. As I said, the Salt Sea is not only the lowest surface geographically seen on the planet, it was also on the lowest level spiritually. The so-called 49th level downwards into the darkness. And that was the boundary which caused judgment and then destruction of the area. After this punishment, there was still blessing. You can heal from this water. Now, after such a destruction, it would seem logical that the place or the area would just stay uninhabitable. But just the opposite happened. Due to the area's distinct environmental and geological features, this area offers a lot of benefits. It's an overload of minerals in this area, but don't overdo it. It's recommended that you go max 30 minutes into the water and the mud. All I can tell you, first of all, it is very, very hot. And we actually came to the destination where I wanted to come for my knee, as I mentioned before, to get this some more of that holy healing, the best medicine. My knee's gotten better, as I mentioned before, and the goal was to come here. Just flip it around. Which we are at the lowest place on the earth, the En-Gedi Spa. But since the October 7th war, I guess, this one is closed, so there must be another one. Anyway, normally you would go over this hill here, and the famous pictures you would see people floating. This was just one of the spots here, and inside they had a sulfur bath. Ugh, I was in it, ugh, but it did the body so good. Yeah, and where did they get the sulfur from? Right behind me. Okay, you still find some areas if you further go over the mountains, and I'm not about to do that now. You'll find sulfur that's still burning.
It says that there are 5 cities of the plain. 4 were burned and never lived in again. 1 was spared and was not burned. These 5 sulfur balls represent those 5 cities. 4 of them are burning, 1 of them is not burning. Very intriguing, because here south of the Dead Sea we have 5 archaeological sites that date to the early Bronze period, and guess what? 4 of them were burned and never lived in again, and 1 of them was spared and continued in history. And this is the city that the Bible says was not burned.
So, humanity has a chance to keep the fire out, because we don't need another burning. All this craziness, everybody knows what's going on. It's been going on for years, but truth is also coming with it. And either you're going to be on the right side or the wrong side. Okay, guys, I decided to take a chance. Went off-road a little bit because the spa, as I said, was closed. Didn't know what was down there. Anyway, I'll keep the camera to the front. Ground's a little bit soft, so see me missing. I'm somewhere on that road, and I'm gonna take that shoot. I get swallowed up in the ground. Just kidding, just kidding. Wow, this is crazy. Oh, wow, okay. Let's see what's over there. There. And then you sat in the Dead Sea. Today, I'm dead by the sea. Anyway, nah, crazy. So basically, as I said, guys, truth is right in your face. Truth comes out of the earth. And this is the earth, and the creator, however you want to call it, God, the master, blaster, the king. See where I'm going. No matter what religion. But I want to tell you, the book which they call the Bible, the Torah, afterwards the version of Quran, and you know, it's all about morality. But the very first book is what they call the Torah. They call it the Old Testament. That Old Testament is modern, fits to modern day. It's not old. Something's always like, okay, it's a classic. Yeah, it comes from a long time ago. Wow, it's hot out here. Can't wait to get my camel. Anyway, wow, look at this. You know, who am I? It's just my opinion. Everyone should do pretty much or believe how he wants to believe. But we can all agree there is a power. One power. Yeah, I believe there's lower beings which was created from the one power. We call them angels, even demons. There's all kind of stuff around us. Not only up there, around here. In people. Some are angels, some are unfortunately demons. I'm not. Wow, okay, hold on. Okay. Look at this. This is all the area, Sodom. Now, this is crazy. Because if you see the earth differences and those type of mounds, it's not just a erosion or how anyone would try to explain this. And this could be the main focus here of where the brimstone Sodom and Gomorrah happened. Because it said that Abraham looked from up top. You know, I'm no history teacher or philosopher, just logical thinking. My logic could be a little bit off, but maybe. Wow, hold on, flip it around. Starting to see them a little bit. But I have to leave soon, up to Tel Aviv, so won't be able to catch it. Could have caught it first thing in the morning, but I got out too late. Either. But anyway, this history here is, the name of this is Masada. And here, there was a big fight against the Romans. The Romans, they had a hard time taking this. Here were a group of people called the Zealots. These dudes were warriors. There was a whole community of warriors. And then imagine this area. You got all the Romans coming from down here, the Romans coming from here. There's nowhere to go. This is the Dead Sea. There's nowhere to go, okay? And all those people I saw, you have the mountaintops over there, and the people are right here, right on this Masada mountain. And the Romans had a damn hard time see the building, and there's a cable that goes up to there up top, okay? And but up the high and giddy hostel, okay? Right at the mountains. Alrighty, right at the Dead Sea. Okay. Anybody with a brain knows that the Romans came after the Greeks with Alexander and the 4 generals who, the Seleucids and what have you, and they split up the region, southern Israel pretty much, and then Egypt. Then the Seleucids pretty much took over everything because they fought each other with Ptolemy. Oh, history. History is so wonderful. So, you know, it's probably too much for a lot of people because they're especially for the people who believe in the fake news, all the crap that they're giving you on television, and the manipulation of some of our fellow humans' minds. So you can only pray for them. Earlier, where I was standing, they were so-called, what are those holes? Sinkholes. Wow, look at that. Maybe another time I can make it down there when I have time and just get into that beautiful salt sea. That is the Dead Sea, the lowest point on the earth, guys. Lowest point. So rich in minerals. It's a healing water. It's hard to explain. It's like a lot of things. In this wonderful planet, this wonderful country. I had a great time. A great time. Just maybe. That was the last film. Let's see what happens. Tourism is pretty slow due to the war, but I tell you, I've been all close to Jericho and inside the other side of the safe area still, and but I was outside the safe area, but it was okay. You know, you've seen the pictures earlier. Everything is tranquilo. So let's see what happens. First of all, I was really blown away from this wonderful Holy Land, I tell you. I mean, think about it. Just think about this. One country declared holy, not from a man or a woman or whatever. And everybody, if you don't agree to it, it's up to you. So I'm getting ready to get on my plane. That was a nice close for me. And I hope you enjoyed our film. See ya. Let me explain. We are brought here as a privilege from the beginning of inception, which science still hasn't figured everything out yet. There are two forces at play. The one side, the mother and the father, they play as a team for our earthly parts. And then, from the master designer, our body receives its true source, the motor, our soul. And this is, how should I say this? Extraterrestrial, but not like IT, okay? No aliens involved. Now, extraterrestrial, simply put, just means not of this earth or even this universe, but that for another time. For those of you who may not know already, we are stardust. Our souls will return to its original origin, like I said, which is extraterrestrial, not of this universe. Are there golf courses and swimming pools up there? I don't think so. Now we first have to be real with ourselves and make a decision. Do we want to be a part of the dark force where there's luxury, fame, and yes, shame. Or stay in line with the ultimate force, the ultimate source, which blesses with riches, good health, and a good name. So people, I guess it's pretty evident of what the real choice should be, and that's for good. So let's stop all of this hatred against someone's religion, if they're Muslim or Christian or Jewish and all the rest. Stop the vandalism of other people's property. Teach children and show them how to honor you by your actions. And just because we haven't seen really major punishments, which you know for sure is coming from the outer regions of the universe, it's just another thing that Creator said, that it is merciful. And it's being merciful right now, but we better hurry to make positive change very quickly, or we could see another burning. So I wish you all happy holidays. Enjoy your time with your family, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Take care. A real soul brother. Ready? This is the
This is the brother. Sameach.